Greetings everyone and a very happy new year. 2025 is here and so is our video. So welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Atharva Singh and today we are gonna I don't have any script up here. I just have my learnings of what I will be telling you shortly. I recently been to Bangalore for my Aerofest 2024 and we were the overall champions there, but which was a secondary thing. We so the primary thing was we were able to interact with the scientists over there. So we stayed in a DRDO township in the guest room, and we traveled to CSIR's campus in Kodihully, and on day two the Belur. So it was an interesting journey. It was amazing, and I'm so glad that I've been there. So it was a 3 day program, and I would be covering my learnings and what we did there. So let's start. So let us start with day one. But before that, let me give you a brief intro how we actually got into this program. So this was a Jigyasa event. So Jigyasa is Jigyasa means curiosity in English, and so it is a subdomain of CSIR and NAL. So CSIR is Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, and NAL is National Aerospace Laboratories. So this is a subdomain which promotes student-scientist interaction, and Aerofest 2024 was one of them. So we were supposed to give a 25-page some sort of research paper which was on airplane or aviation propulsion systems. So we were the top 20 teams who got selected in this program overall India. So this is like achievement in its own self. So there were about 100 plus applicants, and we were the top 20. So we were supposed to go to Bangalore for the final Aerofest 2024. Alright, so day one started with a high tea where we interacted with the students, all 20 teams. So there were only 17, including us. 3 of them did not report. I don't know why. So we interacted with the rest 16 teams and came to know what school are there, where are they from. And interestingly, there was a quota for every state. So we were the only team from Uttar Pradesh. So yeah, that was good. We had team from Jammu Kashmir, we had from Punjab, we had from New Delhi, West Bengal, Chhattisgarh, Assam, and so on. So we had students from Bangalore itself, we had from KV, also KV DRDO, we had students from south of India, which was Tamil Nadu. We had team from Kerala. We had 2 teams from Bangalore. We had some teams from Andhra Pradesh. All right. So day one started with a high tea. Then we had a inaugural ceremony, which was done by the nodal officer of DRDO and the chairman at the time. And then there was an inaugural lecture by Professor KPG Reddy, who is a renowned scientist, and he has over 30 patents on his name. So it was a 30-minute lecture, which wasn't looking like a lecture, it was more like a motivational speech. And that was amazing. Like having 30 international patents on your name is a great feat, and I wish to become like him someday. And he has also become my inspiration. So you can check him out on Google Scholar. You will surely found some research paper on his name. And yeah, then day one was all about experience, like legit experience. So we were supposed to go in the laboratories of CSIR NL, where not even childrens of the employees of CSIR NL, which are not actually employees, they are Indian scientists. Damn. So their own childrens were not allowed to go into the campus. So we were supposed to submit our phones in the uh, what during the check-in, and we were supposed to give our bags out. So we were not allowed to carry any suspicious or potential harmful thing inside the campus. So it was like high security, which was of course needed. It was a government building, and that too CSIR's campus. So we started with the LCS simulator. I will make sure I can put some images right here. So we started with the LCS simulator, which was a light combat aviation simulator, light combat aircraft, right? So it is like a game, legit game. So you have a cockpit in there, like actual cockpit of that airplane, light combat airplane, and you have a large display which is like it's a 3D representation of actual situation. So if you have a pilot who needs to train for that low combat aircraft, you keep that pilot in that cockpit, he flies, and it's like a simulator, it's more like a game. So you fly a plane. So they only have data for about 10 locations in Goa up till now, but they are updating. And what they potentially said is they only have this they have this simulator only one in India. So acknowledging that fact, it was like amazing just to see it. And I even asked them to give me a chance to sit in the cockpit, but they like didn't allow actually. Then we went to Drishti ALD. So Drishti is a project by CSIR. So it is to help pilots who fly airplanes, like mostly commercial. So we have these two I'll make sure to put images right here for your better understanding. So there would be two detectors, and they would detect the light coming, like, so it's basically for the winter season. So let me give you context. So like let me actually explain this to you. So during winter there's fog, there's smog, and there are very small particles in air which makes it difficult to see, right? So the pilot is to see properly, to land properly, right? So what does Drishti uh, like pipes, or you must say devices, do is they detect the amount of visibility in that area, and if it is above certain level, then only the pilot is allowed to land, and if not, then he or she is not allowed to land. And that is how we prevent major accidents potentially, or wear or tear of the tires or airplane itself. So then we went to structural technology division. uh, so I have noted down each and every learning from that. So structural and I'll just read this out. So structural and technology called division, this test facility does a ground vibration check, aeroelastic vibration and qualification. It manages bird strikes. So birds, like flying birds, can hit the aircraft and potentially damage. So this division also looks into that, which is interesting. And slit testing. All right, so my Google Calendar just study session 1 in 30 minutes. All right, so there are many loads: static force and dynamic force, impact force. I won't be telling you what they taught me or they gave me the experience about, because this is to witness there. So if you are under 18 and if you are into aerospace science and mathematics potentially, you may look after this, what this is, because it's a great opportunity. Then we went to the advanced composite division, so where they use carbon fiber to reduce the weight, in a nutshell. So this is a very complex division, but if you have to just have a common understanding, it is a division which works on the material. Advanced composite division, what is it is like, what's the composition of that thing. All right, so we use carbon fiber majorly. We may also use some other substances, but for instance it is carbon fiber. So next is acoustic air facility. So acoustic air facility is a facility which works on acoustics. So acoustic is sound basically. So when the rocket is launched, so before the rocket is launched, the simulation takes place where they simulate the amount of sound in decibels. So it's around 150s. It is around it's in 150 decibels, which is huge, like very loud. So yeah, they simulate the actual scenario of in the sound domain, and they check if the airplane or the spacecraft can survive this. So this is basically associated with ISRO and other organizations which launch spacecraft. It isn't that much used in these aviation, the airplane category. So it works in the spacecraft category. Then we had octocopter demo, which I would surely put right here. So octocopter demo is simply a drone with eight, what do we say, with eight propellers. So yeah, this was a cool thing, nothing to explain in that. It is So the RPM was 5,000. So in 1 minute, the propeller used to like are supposed to revolve 5,000 times, which is high. And the max height is 400 feet. So these are some statistics which I noted down. The payload is 20 kg, including 56 kg, which is its own weight. It flies for 20 minutes. It can fly for 20 minutes a full charge with 20 kg additional payload with the max speed of 14 meter per second, which is very very fast. Alright, then we have engine facility, which is also known as the propulsion division. So basically, they look after the propulsion of that spacecraft. I know I'm telling very, very in a nutshell. So this is not what they actually taught us, but I'm just able to summarize this in 10 to 15 seconds. So we were given 30 minutes section with each scientist, and it was great to see that decades of experience of those scientists was compressed into a 30-minute session, and I would be sharing those learnings one by one, but I was just covering day one for now so that you may actually know what we went through, which was great. It sounded like it was a traumatizing experience what we went through. No, it was a great experience. So, next we had Next, we had 1.2-meter wind tunnel, which is which is a thing you like can't really imagine what it is. So it's a large tube with very very complex parts, and this is only one in India. Like this is actually one in India. So this is, I believe, second largest in Asia. I need to fact check that, and China has the largest in Asia. Okay, I believe. So this single thing costs around 1,000 crores, and this is only one in India, and you get the reason why the cost actually. So one wind tunnel testing takes place every 40 minutes when there's a very very loud sound to the whole campus. So this is in Vellore, Karnataka. So every 40 minutes is a large sound. Uh, all right, calendar. All right. All right. So then we have Hansa Hunger, which is a cool plane in a nutshell. It's a plane which is RN Hansa Hunger comma RNCAC. So it is a composite part from Kodihalli. It is a two-seater aircraft, and till date only 16 are there. So yeah, that was it for day one, and we ended up with a culture program which was performed by the dancers and singers of Bangalore. So it was a great day one. On day two, we had multiple events. So one was aero modeling, where we were supposed to aero model a paper aircraft, and the one airplane which travels the farthest distance or stays in the air for the longest time was supposed to win in the two categories. So I was the second runners up in the time duration category. Then we had aero quiz, in which my teammate Karthikeya won the first prize. Kudos to him. Then we had a culture program in the evening where we performed a theater based on Banaras, and we had a surprise event where we made a collage of. So we were given 5 to 6 pamphlets of old ISRO or DRDO's monthly magazine, and we were supposed to cut out stuff and make a collage out of it, and it was like no topic restricted. So we did very very unique thing, and it was evolution. So everyone there had some way or the other related it to airplanes, but we had a complete different thing which was evolution, and this was my idea. I I love evolution. I don't know why, and why shouldn't you love evolution? So yeah, that was it for day two. On day three, it was to give prizes, and there were two more events, which was to present the 25 pages of research paper which we were supposed to make for the selection, and to show this to all teams right there. So like to show what made us got selected there. So that was it, and then we had a general quiz where none of our three teammates won, but it was a great general quiz. It gave us a reality check that we need to work on our basics. So yeah, and and I won this second runners up in aero modeling. My friend won first in aero quiz, and we were the overall champions. So that was an interesting thing, but it was secondary. So what they told us is the main objective was for the student scientific interaction, and so now I'm about to give my learning from Aerofest. So I have this noted in my notepad, so I will just read this out. So first of all, the learnings are from Bangalore. So every 6 to 5 or 6 to 5 people in 10 wear helmets even on cycle. So this was very unique to me. I myself wear helmet here in Banaras, but I don't see people wearing helmets on cycle, which is bad. And for the motor vehicle it was like 8 to 9 and even 10 in some places. So everyone, even people sitting at the back wore helmets. So it was quite interesting, and it was a learning for me to let people know why Bangalore is Bangalore, right? And yeah, they, and like in a nutshell, people from south of India have more preserved culture, and the fun fact is the literacy rate is also more. So what we have a stereotype is, if you are more culture oriented, you would be less educated somehow. So this is a stereotype many people have. Ki if you are more into religion, if you are more into culture, if you are more into tradition, you are less likely to be educated to be successful. But it's just completely vice versa. People from South Africa are so into their traditions, so they have so preserved culture, especially Tamil Nadu, and the literacy rate is also highest in South. It is Kerala, about 96 and 97%. So yeah, and the people are more substance than show. So I believe people in North America, I'm sorry, people in North India are more show and less substance. So I'm not like comparing anyone to anyone else, but what I have seen is people here are more to show than they really are, and people in South are more substance than they show, right? So it was a great thing, and they are very friendly, very very friendly. So one person himself acknowledged us when we were facing some difficulties finding the route back to our guest room, and he so na the situation was, we were looking for a spot in the campus to get a picture clicked, and he recommended us the APG Sir Dr. APG Abdul Kalam statue to get a picture clicked with. And yeah, that was interesting, that was very kind of him. Then I had learnings from students I interacted there. So there were people from Jammu Kashmir, Springdale. So those people were really good. I really spent hours talking to them and learning about their culture, how day in a life of them looks like, and topics uh, being from philosophy to artificial intelligence and jobs and debates. Yeah. So yeah, then we have uh, yeah, so all students weren't scientific at all. Some students had um, scientific spark, but what I thought was that everyone there would be very very into science and into the love of science. But I really didn't find there, but some of them really did, and I acknowledge them. So one person from KV DRDO aims to become an astrophysicist, and he is doing really good. Then yeah, again, what most people think is, if they do extracurriculars, it would hamper their academics. You know what, this is the greatest lie a student is ever told. So I've seen people there who are doing exceptionally well in their extracurriculars while also doing brilliant in their academics. So it is more like very different. If you do extracurriculars, this might not drop your score down in academic perspective, but it might even increase your academic score. So that was one of the learning. Everyone was very open to discuss and share their experience and listen to ours. Seventh is, there were people who were resistive to talk. So they were introvert. I talked to them, they acknowledged that they were introvert, but when they presented it on stage, or when I personally talked to them, they had a lot to share. So this is again a stereotype. So I've been bunking many I'm so sorry, I'm debunking, that is what we call it now. So I uh, proved this stereotype wrong. So this is called debunk, I believe. Yeah. So I debunked many stereotypes there. So people who were like very shy to talk, but when they interacted with me, they had a lot to share, like a lot. So this is again learning that people who don't really talk too much isn't always like they don't have any knowledge to share. It's just that they have a personality which resist to talk like unknowingly. So when they get their stage presented, they are exceptionally well and they are very good with the content. Next, I have learnings from faculties and the laboratories. So I was astonished by the fact that the scientists has so precise laboratories for each and every purpose, which is of course necessary, but it was new to me. Which may seem very insignificant to layman, cause we have laboratories for the smallest thing. So if you see a scientist working on some very smallest part of aviation, this might seem very insignificant, but it is very important. And again, they summarized their decades of experience into 30 minutes, which was exceptionally well put in. But I believe the time duration could have been more because we were just rushing through what they need to explain, because we had lunch, we had dinner, everything offered by CSIR NL's campus. And I had learnings from the mentors of different school too. We interacted and talked to all mentors of this event, and there were about 17, including us. So there were 16 mentors we interacted with, and every mentor had some feedback or his or her own story to share. So one of them, I believe from some state, did his aerospace engineering degree or just aerospace degree in 2014. I don't remember the state he was from. I believe he was from Chhattisgarh, if I'm not wrong. And yeah, it's so amazing to randomly meet so good people out there. And I personally talked to many students, especially from Jammu Kashmir, local KVs, Kendra Vidyalayas, and Assam, and Chhattisgarh also. And their mentors were very good to talk people, and they share the same level of passion and thinking, and they were not and even not having the same domain connected us so well. So yeah, that was all for this video. I hope this video helps you know what I went through, which was very good. And this was I believe around 10% of what I have actually experienced. So if you are lucky on time, you should definitely check out Aerofest 25 program, which will be happening in next year. And if you are one of those who participated in this Aerofest 24, and if you recognize me, then hi. And yeah, that would be it. Let us wrap this video now. And yeah, it's 2nd of January 2025. I hope this year goes well for me, for everyone who watches this video, and everyone else in this universe. All right, thank you and Jai Hind.